Okay, today I wanted to have a little chat about social media. I know, the dreaded social media chat. I sort of have a love-hate relationship with social media. I love it because it helps me stay in touch with friends and family. I have actually made a lot of new friends through social media and Instagram specifically. I have gained a lot of information, life hacks, tips and tricks, inspiration, uplifting thoughts and messages, and just like that feeling that I'm not alone in some of the things that I'm feeling or the tough parts of life. So I love that. But it's also like this black hole, right? Where you get sucked in and time seems to like evaporate. Social media is set up to be addictive and to keep us on the apps for as long as we possibly can. Has anyone else watched The Social Dilemma? It's a really interesting documentary, pretty eye-opening. And it can also, like, when you're on social media, it's a lot easier to fall into like the trap of comparison and self-doubt and the pressure to do more, have more, be more, right? So one option is just to delete your social media accounts, and that would obviously get rid of those negative things, right? But it would also get rid of the positive things too. So if you're like me and you don't necessarily want to delete it completely, but you really want to lessen the impact of those negative side effects, then here are a few tips. Okay, so the first thing is to take some time to think about or journal about what it is that you actually want from social media. What are the things that you like about it? Why do you even want to stick around? Why is it that you don't want to just delete it completely? What are the things that you gain from it? And what are the things that you want to gain from it, but maybe don't feel like that's happening at this point in time? And then on the flip side, what are the things that you don't like about social media? What are the things that you wish you could eliminate from your experience, or at least like make less prominent about your experience with social media? What are those things that make you wish that you could delete it or whatever? In order to have a mostly positive or fully positive experience with social media, we first have to really know what it is that we want from it and what it is that we don't want from it. So it's really good to actually take some dedicated time to pause and really think through this, jot down some thoughts, and really get to the heart of what it is that you want from social media. The second thing is to be intentional with your time on social media. So once you know what it is that you want and don't want from social media, it's time to set up your social media to reflect that. So this would be like following the people who give you what you want more of on social media. If you listed that you want information, so the people that give you the types of information you want, whether that's deals, whether that's life hacks, whether that's parenting tips, whether that's fashion advice, whatever it is that you wanted, following those people. Or if it's that you want inspiration, or if you only want to follow friends and family that you know in person, or whatever it is, following those people. And then unfollowing people who don't give you those things, or especially the ones who make you feel negative emotions. If there's an account that you feel, you always feel negative emotion when they pop up in your feed, making sure that you unfollow them. Another thing is engaging with the things that you like on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, so that those apps know what you like and know what to show you more of. There's actually like an algorithm that goes into things, and these apps, they watch the things that you're doing. They know how long you're looking at a certain picture or caption, and they're watching what you're liking, double tapping on, commenting on, saving, sharing, these things, and they're going to show you more of that. So making sure that you're engaging with the things that you like, so that those are the things that you're going to see more of. And finally, being really intentional and clear about when you want to get on the app, when you want to stay off the app, and how much time you want to spend. So the more intentional we are with social media, the happier it's going to make us and the better experience we're going to have with it. And finally, the third thing is to check in with yourself. Periodically, just check in with how you're feeling about your relationship with social media. So think about, how are you feeling before you log on to the app? Is there a chance that you're logging on to avoid a negative emotion? Are you logging on only when you're super stressed and you're trying to avoid it to do? Are you only logging on when you're upset or sad about something so that you can avoid that? Taking that into account. How do you feel after you log on? Do you feel better or worse than you did before you logged on? Is there anything that you need to change about your social media plan? It's a good idea to just check in with yourself here and there to make sure that social media is staying a positive influence in your life, and if it's not, to figure out what you can do to change it. Social media tries to control us, but if we have a plan, we actually have more control over it than we think we do. I believe that if we're really intentional with our time on social media, it can be a blessing and a positive light for good in our lives. But I do believe that we have to be intentional, or it will be the opposite. So I'm curious to hear about your thoughts on social media. Do you think that social media is more of a positive or a negative in your life, and why? Let me know in the comments.